Now, if I want to send a message from one to multiple classes, the delegates we have seen always it is a one-to-one. Now, my requirement from one class to many classes, I want to pass the data. So how I can pass from one to many? This is achievable using the NS notification center. We have a NS notification center. This NS notification center is inbuilt singleton class. So it is a inbuilt singleton class. So whenever you get a question in the interview, what are the inbuilt singleton classes? App delegate is inbuilt singleton. The basic thing, the first thing, app delegate is inbuilt singleton. Now we got the concept NS notification center. So going forward, wherever we get this, I'll let you know what are the inbuilt singleton classes. Now using this, how I'll pass a message. So first, I want to define multiple classes. Now I have three view controllers, three screens I'll design. I'll give the connections between this. So I have multiple classes, and from the first class, I'm giving a definition, notify action. So what you want to do here? So I want to pass a message. So when you want to use this, the first thing, the first step, what I have to do? I have to pass notification. The second thing, I have to receive the notification. So if I want to pass notification, what is the step that I have to follow? So the step here we say it is a post notification. So whoever wants to send, they have to post the notification. If I want to send, so I will say post notification. Whoever want to receive it, they should add observer there. So what is the observer means? We say listener also. I have to add one listener. This listener always listen whoever posts the notification. If this guy posts notification, I will listen through my add observer. So how I'll implement the post notification, how I'll receive this. So always when I want to post a notification, first thing you have to follow name, your notification. You have to name your notification. Using the name, I have to pass. Using the same name, I will listen, because in a real time I cannot pass only one notification. I cannot listen only one. So whenever I want to listen, I should listen through the notification name. If 3 notifications I am posting, 3 listeners I should add. If 10 I am posting, 10 listeners I should add. So if I want to add I want to listen, then only add observer. If you don't want to listen, remove the observer. I don't need it. So here on this button click, I want to post the notification. The first thing, I want to post it from here. So from my notification center, so this is a class. Notification center is a class that is defined in my foundation kit framework. When I am using this class content, usually what I have to do, the first thing, I have to initialize this. But here I am not initializing, just using the class name and the default, and I'm saying post your notification. So here, why I call this a singleton means, for this memory is already allocated, so I don't need to allocate any memory for this class if I want to post a notification. So when you want to post a notification, you have to name it and you have to post it. So post your notification name, and if you want to send any data, then send data through the object. If you don't want to send any data, just make it as a nil. So what notification name? Yes. So here, when I implement a singleton class, in a singleton class, I have an object called shared instance. So through the shared instance, I'm able to access all the variables. Here, the default is a shared instance. So in this class, this is a shared instance. They named it as a default. So using this, I am able to access all the variables, all the methods. If I want access, I'll access. Yeah. So my notification name, I'm giving a sample check, and object, I don't want to send any data. I'm making it as a nil. Now I don't want to send any data. So here on button click, I will send this. On button click, I'll send this. First, I'll check. Here I want to listen this. So here, this is a sending.
One question.
Yes.
So notification object means the notification message, right? What is the content of the notification?
Here, your data, if you want to pass a string, array, dictionary, integer. Suppose if I have one string here. Okay. Suppose I'm having a string. This I want to pass in the notification. So instead of object nil, we just pass object A.
Okay, okay.
So what is the data you want to pass? You can pass the data in the object. So it can be any data.
Okay, I got it.
I want to listen the notification. So in the real time, whenever you want to listen, the first thing you add that listener in the we did load or in the we will appear only, not in any another custom function. If I add in any custom function, by default, this will be not in the memory. When you call this method again in the we did load or the we will appear, then only listener will be added. So instead of this, what I'm doing, my listener, I'm adding in the we did load. So here, my notification center, I want to add the listener by saying add observer. So we have a add observer. So here, first thing, for which class you want to add the observer. So add observer for the same class. For my class, I want to add it. So here I'll make self to the same class I want to legend, then the selector. Here one thing you have to remember, whenever I listen to the notification, I should not keep quiet. So whenever I listen to this, I have to implement some action. If I don't implement any action, the compiler will always throw the error. If you are listening, you have to implement a action. So where I can define my action. So action you can define in the selector. In the real term, the selector be called as a target also. So what is your target for the selector? So here I'll implement some method. The function name can be anything. So we know how to define a function. The function name can be anything. You just pass your function name here by saying my selector is listener function. So to the selector, I'm adding my target. My target is a listener function. Now tell this listener is for the which notification. So you should pass the same notification name what you are giving here. While posting, this is my notification name, and my listener target should be the same notification name. On object, I don't receive any object and I don't listen to any object. My object is a nil object. So this is how you should listen to the here. One more thing you observe, the function will add a Objective-C keyword before 50.4. So means in 53.1 or 3.2, all the listener methods for the notification compiled for both Swift and Objective-C. From now onwards, Swift 4 what they made by default, this method will compile only for the Swift language, not for the Objective-C. If you want to make it compatible for Objective-C also, so we have to use the Objective-C keyword. So this is how they made from the Swift 4. If they ask in interview also, you just tell them from the Swift 4 only they made it as a Objective-C. If I use Swift 3.1 or 3.2, you don't need to give this name. So now I'm giving this name to make it compatible for both languages. My listener function name sample check, nothing in there. So here I'll print one method. Notification got received. Now I'll run this. So this is my button to send the notification, to post the notification. I'm notifying it. So notification is going, I'm posting it. But it is not delivered. So the thing, how you follow, how you have to implement the notification. The rule is whenever you want to add it, the first thing you have to add observer. First, you should add observer into the memory. Then only if you post, it will listen. If directly I'll post, it will never receive to the listener. So first, this should be there in the memory. Your observer should be there in the memory. Then if you post, those people will listen to your message. So this question asked in many interviews. So directly they'll ask, first question they'll ask, if I post a notification, will it be delivered to all the classes wherever implemented? So what we say, whenever post, it will get delivered. So they may give you a task also to post and deliver. The first thing what I have to do, first add your observer, then only post it. So this is how it will work. The notification, how it will work, this is how it will work. If I post add observer, it will never work. The same scenario is happened in our case also. I just launched my application, I'm posting it. So number of time you post, it will never listen. Now I want to go to the second class. In the second class, I'm adding my observer. So I'm going to the second class. In the view did load, one observer got added here. Now there is an observer registered in memory, and come back to the class one, then notify. Now I want to post it. When you post, now there is one observer for this name. Now message will be delivered here. Received my notification. In second class, I'm printing a message, received a notification. Now I received it. If I want to receive in multiple classes, now I added observer in only one class. I will add the observer in other class also. So the method name, whatever you are giving, it is our wish. So I'm not just changing any method name here. So here, if you want to change a method name, you can change the method name. No message. Going to class 2. One observer added. Receiving notification 2. Only one observer. Now I want to go to the class 3. Now I'm in class 3. Whenever I go to class 3, in the view did load, I'm adding one more listener. So now one more observer added for this notification. Going to class 1. Now if I post a notification, the message I received in class 2 as well as class 3 also. So this is how when you want to send a message to multiple classes at the same time. So just go for the notifications. The delegate, it is always a one-to-one. If it is one-to-many, this is a notification center. And in the notification center, I can achieve one-to-one also. So using this notification center, one-to-one or one-to-many. When I'm able to achieve one-to-one through the notification center, why I'm going to the delegates. So notification center, you may get performance issues. The real time when I implement, I may get a performance issues. How I will get a performance issues? Now see what happens. Now I'm going to the class 2. Observer added one time. Coming back to the class 1. If I go to class 2, what it will take is, this will take it as a one more observer. Now two observers added into the memory. If I go and come back, now it will say one more observer added. 3 observers added it in the memory. If I send a notification, this will call this method 3 times because it is thinking that 3 times observer is added here. So now I'll get this message 3 times. Whenever I notify this, I'll get a message 3 times. So there is a drawback for the notification center. If you add number of times, it will send a message number of times. So what is the solution for this? The only solution, you have to remove your observer. Whenever your class is going out of the memory, you always remove your observer. So we implemented D in it. When your class is deinitialized, So we have a D in it. My class will go to the nil. When my classes go to nil, remove your observer. So you can say the notification name, or you can say directly remove observer for yourself class. If I want to tell the name and if you want to remove. So here to my class, I want to remove my observer. This is how it will follow. But here I have one more note. When my class is going out of the memory, then only it will get called. But when my class is in the memory, again it will keep on calling multiple times. So in real time we do one sample thing. What is the sample thing that we do is the remove observer, whatever I'm doing here, instead of doing here, I'll put in front of this. So whenever my view loads, if there is an observer, the first thing it will remove the observer, it will add a new observer. So always if I come second time, the previous one will get removed, the new one will be added. So always my count will be 1, I'll receive message only once, I'll implement only once. This is how you follow. If I don't remove observer, always number of times you click on this or number of times you go to this class, that many times the message will be received. If now it is a small function, only one print statement is there, now I don't have any performance issues. Suppose if it is any database function or a server function, think about the performance cost. So this is how, when there is a one-to-one, people always go for the delegation design pattern. If necessary cases for one-to-many, always take care how we are posting it, how you are receiving, how you are adding observer, how you are removing the observer. Remove observer, if I don't do, it will take more time to finish the task also. This is about the notification center and how I'm posting, how I'm receiving. And one more thing we saw in a delegates, when we say the delegates, in delegates I can pass the data. Now through the notification center I want to pass the data. So still here I can pass the data. How I'll pass the data? So we have the object. Now I want to pass one integer. Something is there. It can be any variable. It can be dictionary, array, or anything. Instead of making your object nil, make your object as a. Now how a will be passed? Now a will be in the notification memory. Directly it will not pass a object to the second class. Now a will be taken into the notification memory. Whenever I receive this notification, here if I want to implement, I want to get the data, I should add a observer, I should add a parameter called notification parameter. So to the function, what is your target? Your target should have a parameter called notification. Why I want to add a notification here? Because what are the data you are passing, it is now notification data. It is not a normal data, it is my notification data. So here I print my notification name is a. So my parameter name is a here, a dot your object. So your object is a 100 now. So this is how we implement. If you want to pass the data, you can pass the data, and wherever you want to receive. Here I have two observers. I have an observer in second controller. I have an observer in third controller. In the second controller, I want to see the data. I have implemented a parameter here. In third controller, I don't want any data, so I have not implemented a parameter here. So it is our wish if you want to legend the data or you don't want to legend the data. But still, I can pass the data using my notification center, using my delegate. So any doubts in this? So this entire thing about notification center.
Delegate means we can pass the data from class to this.
Correct. So here also the same thing. We are passing from one class to another class. But there I can pass only to one class. But here I can pass data to many classes at the same time.
In some cases,
Okay.
server handles in our some apps like based on the suppose server sends some notification from admin panel like that, so it handles that also, right?
Yeah, if you are getting a notification from server, so server people can decide whether they want to pass the data, they don't want to pass any data. Some cases we have a push notification scenarios. In the push
Right.
notifications, sometimes we may get a data. So that format, push notification data format will be the payload. We say when I get the data from push notification, that I'll say payload data. So they will decide the payload, they will send it. If they don't want to send the data, a empty payload I will get.
Okay.
Okay. So Vikrant, Nikhil, I'm stopping this and I'll share it again.
Okay.